What's up, and welcome back to the RedBeard channel, RedBeard Outdoors, RedBeard Enterprises. I'm here. I'm Jonathan. I'm RedBeard. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to talk about the best fidget spinner out there. I shouldn't do that. I would highly recommend that you don't do that. And my dog's being a little bit of a jerk right now, so he obviously didn't like that I was doing that. We're going to get into this bad boy right here in the tactical line of knives by Montana Knife Company. Sorry, excuse my dog. He got a little riled up. Don't know what happened there. But anyway, before we get into that, thank you so much for coming back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you coming back to the channel, showing support. Thank you so much. If you have questions as we go through this, if you can tell me that I'm wrong. I'm not very much tactical when it comes to knives. I'm not a knife guy. I like collecting knives that I can use out in the field during hunting, during camping trips, and some of them just flat out look cool. So we're going to get into all of that today, guys. Before we get into that, as we get into Montana Knife Company, I've got a link down below that if you use the link, it lets them know that you came from RedBeard. So I appreciate that. It definitely helps build that partnership over there with Montana Knife Company and lets them know that I'm sending people their way as they continue to grow and crush it in what they're doing with production knives that feel custom and are good for the field, good for hard work, etc. Also, don't forget that this time of year is the best time of year to get your gear. So as you get gear for whether it be camping, whether it be hunting, setting up your rifle, setting up your bow, whatever it may be, guys, check out the links down below, such as BlackOvis. You can go grab a crap ton of gear over there for a great price, especially the BlackOvis gear, guys. That is an amazing setup. You can get some great layering systems there for a great price. Also use code RedBeard. We'll save you some money. Now let's get into what you guys came for, which is the tactical lineup of knives. So we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the BattleGoat this is the Wargoat. I already messed up the name. The Wargoat and the TF24. So this is the two of the tactical knives that are in the Montana Knife Company lineup. I also almost forgot, guys. I want to mention this to you. Montana Knife Company is doing a fundraiser right now for the people in North Carolina that are still dealing with the flood damages from the hurricane and the people dealing with the fire damages out in California. So coast to coast, the two biggest things that we're dealing with as Americans as far as wildfire or natural disasters, Montana Knife Company is giving back. So if you want to go purchase a shirt or a Zippo lighter it's called the Come Hell or High Water, definitely recommend go and donate. And how you donate, you actually just go and buy a shirt, go buy multiple shirts. I bought one for me and my middle son. And guys, I'm telling you, it's a great way to support people over there in North Carolina and California, and great company. And honestly, guys, if that's not enough for you to go and get entered in on this Come Hell or High Water donation, you can also win some amazing prizes. So there are two custom knives that are elk antlered handle knives with Damascus blades, handcrafted by Josh Smith over there at Montana Knife Company. And there are so many other companies that have gotten in on this giveaway, such as Dialed Archery is giving away an Arxos. And there's so many other things, guys. So go and check it out. If it's not enough that you want to support your brothers and sisters in these terrible circumstances, and I say brothers and sisters in America, in the United States, as Americans, we should be supporting each other and helping each other out. So Montana Knife Company is doing an amazing job with that. Go and check that out. Help them out. Use the link down below. Let them know RedBeard sent you. Now let's get into these guys. Here. So these I haven't used a ton. And honestly, I will tell you, I picked these knives up because they look cool. That's the biggest reason why I picked these up. This was the first run of the BattleGoat or the Wargoat. Gosh dang it, I'm going to keep messing that up, guys. I'm not going to edit it out though. This is the Wargoat. So the Wargoat has the ring. The BattleGoat does not have the ring. A very similar profile blade, etc. But this is very similar to the Speedgoat as far as the blade shape. It is a little bit thicker than the Speedgoat, and I'll give you the specifics there soon. here at the end of this episode. But it is black Cerakoted. It does have some jimping here on the spine, which the Speed Goat does not have. And the handle, honestly, it's not that they just took the paracord off a Speed Goat, put black Cerakote on here, and some G10 handles and a ring. That's still a lot of changes. But the handle is a little bit thinner, and I actually kind of like that. I feel like I can get a better grip, even if you're not using the ring for your pinky, whatever. Even if you're not using the ring, you get a good grip on that knife right there. So G10 handle, MagnaCut steel on the blade with the black Cerakote. They have different coloration options. And then, of course, the ring. So the ring, and I don't have the sheath here, and I'm not law enforcement tactical by any means, but from what I understand, the ring is mainly for is if this is on your plate carrier, the knife is in the sheath on your plate carrier, zip tied to your plate carrier, however it is that people that are a lot more trained in this than I am will tell you, they're able to grab this ring and pull it up and then get to work with however they need to use this knife. That is the tactical use for this ring. I showed you a little bit here as far as a fidget spinner. I don't necessarily recommend people doing that, but also, guys, it's an awesome looking blade. And with their tactical lineup, they did change the lettering here. As you can see, it's a little more blocky, and I really like it. On top of that, the bronze touch on the screws there, the handle screws, absolutely like that as well. So this I've used on a couple of stakes and things around the house. I haven't put this in a tactical purpose. I'm not tactical, guys. I'm just not. I'm not going to pretend to be. I grew up around law enforcement and military. I didn't go into the military myself, but grew up at Fort Bragg, and my dad was a Marine, etc. I go all down that. It has nothing to do with me and how I know how to use these. I got this honestly to support Montana Knife Company in their first run of their tactical blades, and because green and black looks cool. If it came in gray handled black blade, now this one, the TF24, this thing is a monster. So I had a knife previously, and it's probably still out in the garage somewhere, that I would keep in my truck. It was made by Gerber, and it was kind of that survival style blade. So it had the brake on the back for getting out of glass. It had this kind of profile blade here as well. And so again, I went with the green and coyote or green and tan because I like the way it looked. I like the way this thing feels in your hand. It fills the hands up for sure. And this blade can get some work done. If you're looking for a blade that has multiple uses, you can even baton with this. Honestly, it's not going to be the best at batoning, but you can baton with this and get it in some heavy duty work here. I mean, you can see the difference in the blades here, and it just feels like a chunk of steel. This is MagnaCut stainless steel, the Cerakote here. Obviously, they did the lettering as well, the more blocky tactical style lettering here. G10 handles, I like that they scallop these down in case you do need to pinch the blade here to get some more control. You can use this in the field. You can use this at campouts, but it's definitely, you can tell it's made to work. This blade is 100% made to work. And then here on the back, it's got a lanyard hole, and that metal there, I don't know if you can see that or not, is a little bit more exposed than the G10. So you can use this as a brake for for glass. If you're trying to get out of a vehicle or to rescue someone in a vehicle, this would be a lot better than using your elbow or your fist for sure. So a lot of cool features there, along with some jimping there along the back. It sticks out just enough from the G10 to get you some grip, but not enough that it's going to tear you up. Outside of that, it's just a beautiful looking blade. I mean, that TF24 is sweet. All right, guys, so let's go into the specs here on these two blades. So this one right here, again, is the TF24. So let's see here. This is meant to be your kind of do-it-all tactical blade. I'm reading off of the spec sheet here, guys. We already talked about the MagnaCut stainless steel, full tang construction. Okay, 9 9 1/8 inch overall from tip to tail. Blade length, so here to here, is 4 1/8 inch. Get that, there we go. Blade thickness is 0.158 inches thick. 5.73 ounces, so it's a hefty sucker for its size. And again, we went over Cerakoting, made in the U.S., finished in Montana. Fantastic blade right here. So again, if you're in the market for a good tactical style blade, I would go over to Montana Knife Company, use the link below, get signed up for their email list so you can find out when this one launches next. If you are a huge fan of the Speed Goat and you want the tactical style, so this again is the Wargoat. I don't have the Battle Goat. I personally did not see a need to have both. If I had unlimited funds, I would have every single blade that Montana Knife Company makes, but I don't. And I paid for this with my own money here. So this was the first run of their tactical knives. I don't have a knife with a ring on it. I personally don't use the ring enough to need one, but it's cool. I'll just be honest with you, it's cool. And I like the green and black with the bronze insert there. If you like the Speed Goat style blade shape, it's a little bit thicker than the Speed Goat, and you want something that looks a little bit more tactical and honestly that more narrow grip there, I would highly recommend looking at this, the Wargoat, or the Battle Goat, okay, which is the brother that doesn't have the ring. It just has it kind of curls down a little bit and locks your hand in with that tang there without the ring. So if you don't want the ring, look for the other one. If you do want the ring, this is your go-to right here, guys. So there's the tactical lineup. They also make a Dagger. Let's see. So let's get the specs on this guy first. And then, okay, so here we go. So this one is same thing we talked about, Magna Cut, full tang construction. Blade length overall overall length of the entire tool here is 7 7/8 inches. Blade length is 3.5 inches. Blade thickness is 1.25 inches thick, which again is thicker than the Speed Goat, plus there's some jimping here. 2.23 ounces, so a lot lighter than this big bad one right here. Cerakote G10, made in US, finished in Montana. You know the deal. Then let's look at the last but not least. Let's see here. The Dagger is the V24. So again, I didn't purchase the Dagger when it was launched because I personally don't have a need for a Dagger. I'm not a tactical guy. I don't have multiple kits and such. I just didn't need it. But if you're into daggers, if you're into the history of that dagger, the V24, definitely go look it up. Highly recommend you look it up because it's cool history why they did kind of a shout out to this specific dagger that used to be used in the military. Highly recommend you check that out if you're into daggers. Josh and the team over at Montana Knife Company make some fantastic knives. So with all of that being said, guys, if you are in the market for a Montana Knife Company blade, whether it's the tactical line or whatever knife is coming out this week, which the week that this is coming out is the whitetail, which I will leave the whitetail video somewhere here. I'm still figuring out where I'm putting things on YouTube, but somewhere here, I'm going to put my whitetail video. Go check that one out. Again, use the link, support the show. I really appreciate it. And last but not least, guys, well, second to last and then last. Second to last, don't forget to get in on the Come Hell or High Water donation to our brothers and sisters in North Carolina and California that Montana Knife Company is putting on. If you're not looking for a knife, but you want to support, go and purchase a shirt, go and purchase a Zippo lighter, and you will be giving to those people. And again, you're getting entered into some amazing giveaways. So go and check that out. Now, last but not least, first Phorm Outdoors, partner of the show, Grizzly, partner of the show. If you want the most amazing coolers, your drink holder, this one's got my energy drink in it right now. Keeps it nice and cold throughout the day without having to use ice and watering it down, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Go to Grizzly, use code RedBeard10. And with First Phorm, if you're in the market for supplements, if you're in the market for some amazing gear like this awesome First Phorm Outdoors shirt, hats, all of the above, go over to the link down below and you will get free shipping for life on orders over $75. You'll be supporting me and you won't ever have to put a code in at First Phorm. Again, you'll just get the free shipping for life. So go check those out. Support the show, guys. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, get out, live your life, and love it.